Everyone, welcome to Three Things with Spyglass Lending, where we delve a little bit deeper into the mortgage industry, what's going on out there in mortgage related news, real estate related news, not the usual rigmarole. We also usually do this on a Friday, but it is a short week. It's Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We wanted to make sure we got this out before the holiday was out. Let's get right to it. Number one on the list, Chinese investors disappear. Yeah, not the best news. And what does this mean exactly? Well, dating back to 2016, about $18 billion in that year alone was pumped into the economy on commercial based transactions from Chinese investors. They were number one in the list around the world who was pumping money into the US economy. Now they've dropped down all the way to 23. But the good news is there are other Asian investors who make up for that, and it's a massive increase, and now it's 25 billion as of this last year. So this isn't all terrible news. This is specific to China. They've got their own things going on with their real estate, and this trickles all the way down into residential real estate. This has been a big thing in Los Angeles, especially cash buyers, Chinese cash buyers for the longest time on residential real estate. Not to say that's still not happening, but it has decreased significantly. Cash buyers are coming from other parts of the world, and they still make up, cash transactions still make up at this point 25% of residential transactions that are going on. But it does bear watching as we move as the years come along, because again, going back to 2016 and think about $18 billion, and just this past year was less than $300 million on commercial related activity from Chinese investors. That's a big swing, but yes, it is being made up for elsewhere. Number two, tenant vacancy rate is 4.8%. Well, is that good? Is that bad? Actually, that's very good. And in fact, if you go back to October, the amount of leases that were signed around the country, massive uptick. A lot of tenants saying, yeah, you know what? I'm expecting retail or my business to be okay. So they are swarming into vacant, uh, vacancies around the country. That's pretty big news. And also on big news is that people aren't feeling the effects of inflation necessarily, consumers specifically, or the idea of a recession on the horizon. The talk right now, or at least what's going on out there, people are showing up to bars, people are showing up to restaurants, people are spending, retail spending as we head into this holiday season. It's always bears watching what's going on Thanksgiving, as we head into Christmas, certainly, and money being spent. Well, at the moment, there hasn't been a drop off, and in fact, there's been an uptick, and that's a big thing to watch. Tenant vacancy rate sub 5%. That is as low as it's been in quite a long time. So even more good news on number three here. Gen Z still wants to own homes. If you look at some of the polls being taken, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Gen Z, and this is interesting because again, we know Gen Y, the millennials, seem to have given up, or a lot of them gave up on home ownership. They have been very dismayed by what's gone on in the past couple of years, but Gen Z is still optimistic about it. A lot of them are just heading into adulthood now. Yeah, they are cautious about it though. They're still saying in a lot of those percentages, affordability isn't necessarily there. I am concerned that I'm going to be able to afford a house, but I do want to own a home. Over 90% would like to own a home. They do think that home ownership has stability, means something to them. It's something that they want in their lives, no matter what is on the docket. And hey, we've all done a great job scaring them for what's coming down the pike, climate change included. But if you ask them, yes, want to own a home, want stability, very different viewpoint than their millennial counterparts. So appreciate you joining me today. Again, happy, healthy, safe Thanksgiving. We'll see you again next Friday. Enjoy your holiday.